All right, let's just jump straight into it. Today, we're cracking open the big ideas from Jeffrey Gitomer's little green book of Getting Your Way. Now, I know what you might be thinking. The title, Getting Your Way, sounds a little pushy, right? Maybe even a bit selfish. But stick with me because we're about to find out that it's got nothing to do with being a bully. It's actually about mastering a skill that is so fundamental, it unlocks pretty much everything else you want in life. So let's kick things off with a question I think we can all relate to. Why don't you always get your way? I mean, really think about it for a second. That last meeting where your brilliant idea just kind of fizzled out, or that negotiation that you walked away from feeling like you lost? Whether we're talking about huge deals at work or just, deciding what to have for dinner, we've all had those moments where our point of view just doesn't connect. You feel like you're talking to a wall, or worse, you just end up giving in. Well, Gitomer argues these moments aren't about bad luck. Nope, they're about a lack of skill. And the best part, it's a skill you can totally learn and get great at. And this right here, this is where Gitomer flips the whole idea on its head with a fantastic quote. See, this isn't about winning silly arguments or petty victories. It's way bigger than that. It's about recognizing that your ability to get other people to see things from your perspective, to get them on board with your ideas, to get them to actually do something, that ability is the front door to achieving all your bigger goals. It's literally the starting line for success. Okay, so first things first, we have to completely redefine what getting your way even means. We got to shed all those negative ideas we might have and build a new, much more powerful understanding. It's not about being stubborn or manipulative, it's about mastering a science. And here's the first major light bulb moment from Gitomer. Getting your way and persuasion, they're linked, for sure. But they are not the same thing. Persuasion is the process. It's the how-to, the tactics, the strategies you use. Getting your way is the outcome. It's the successful sales call, the productive meeting, that agreement you finally reach. It's the result of doing persuasion well. This is such a great way to see the difference, isn't it? It's like the dark side versus the light side of influence. Over on the left, you've got manipulation. That's all about the short game. It's pressure, it's being pushy, and it almost always leads to what Gitomer calls buyer's remorse. You know that feeling, right? The other person might say yes in the moment, but later on, they're kicking themselves. But on the right, that's Gitomer's goal, harmonizing. This is all about playing the long game. It's about getting to a real agreement where the other person feels genuinely great about the decision. The real win isn't just getting a yes right now. It's making sure that agreement and the relationship is still solid tomorrow. You gotta love how direct Gitomer is, and this point is just pure gold. He basically says that anyone who says they hate sales is kidding themselves. Think about it. An accountant has to sell her findings in a report. An engineer has to sell his design concept to the team. A parent is constantly selling their kids on the idea of doing homework. Anytime you want someone to agree with you, you've made a sale. So let's just get over that weird negative feeling about the word and just embrace it. It's what we do. So how do we actually build this skill? Well, you can think of persuasion like a pyramid. And just like any strong pyramid, it all starts with a solid foundation. And this foundation, this base level, it isn't about what you say or do. It's about what you believe. And this is the absolute heart of it all. The very first sale you have to make is to yourself. If you've got even a tiny shred of doubt about your idea, your product, or just your own ability, trust me, it's going to leak out. People can smell it. It shows up in your voice, your posture, your conviction. It is absolutely impossible to transfer a belief to someone else if you don't 100% own it first. Gitomer boils it down to these 4 beliefs that are just non-negotiable. You have to have them on lock. First, you have to believe in yourself. Simple as that. Second, believe in what you're actually doing, the mission, the purpose behind it. Third, believe in your product, your service, your idea. And fourth, believe in your company or your team. Gitomer has this perfect example. Imagine a car salesman who drives a car from a competing brand. Would you trust him? Of course not. His lack of belief is on full display. And here it is. This is the last piece of the foundation, and honestly, it might be the most important one. This is the secret sauce that completely changes the game. It shifts persuasion from being all about you to being all about them. You have to, deep down, believe that when you get your way, you are genuinely helping the other person. That their life, their business, their situation will be better because of your idea. When you believe that, it just transforms everything. It's not about taking something from them anymore. It's about giving them something of real value. Okay, so our foundation of belief is rock solid. Now we can start building up the pyramid to that next level, the core skills.
These are the actual tools in your toolbox, the practical things you need to do to turn that inner belief into outer influence. This is the how-to part.
Now, Gitomer talks about a bunch of skills, but let's just zero in on these three big ones. First, storytelling. This is how you make an emotional connection and make sure your message actually sticks. Second is questioning. This is so key. It's not about telling people what to think. It's about asking really smart questions that help them figure out their own needs and basically convince themselves. And third, writing. The simple act of writing, an email, a proposal, even just your own notes, it forces you to get crystal clear on your own thoughts.
And this quote just nails the whole point of storytelling. You can dump a ton of statistics on someone, and I guarantee they'll forget them before they even get back to their desk. But if you tell them a compelling story, something relatable, a personal experience, that's what they'll remember. That's what they'll tell someone else later. Your stories are the delivery trucks for your ideas. So, we've built our foundation of belief. We've layered on our core skills. And now we're at the very top of the pyramid. This is the bit that really separates the pros from the amateurs. It's about making a huge shift from just presenting information to delivering a real performance.
And here's the big mental shift you need to make. Stop thinking of it as a presentation. Ugh, the word itself is boring. A presentation is a data dump. A performance, though? That's an experience. It's about engaging people, captivating them, and moving them, whether you're talking to one person or 1,000. Think about the last great concert you went to. You were hooked, right? That's the feeling you're going for.
I mean, the difference is just night and day, isn't it? A presentation is boring. It's all about the data, the slides, and ultimately, it's forgettable. A performance, on the other hand, is engaging. It's focused on the audience and how they feel, and it's totally memorable. The whole mindset has to shift from how do I get this information out to what do I want my audience to feel and what do I want them to do?
So how do you actually do it? How do you make that leap from presenter to performer? Well, it really boils down to these physical things. First up, vocal variety. Please, don't be monotone. Use your voice like an instrument to create emotion. You can punch keywords, maybe lower your voice to share a secret. You get the idea. Then there are gestures. Don't just stand there like a statue. Use your whole body to add some energy and impact. And finally, eye contact. This is huge. Don't just do the lighthouse scan across the room. Actually connect with individual people, one person at a time. It makes everything you're saying feel so much more personal and direct, and it builds that trust like nothing else. So there you have it. We've redefined what it means to get your way. We've built our pyramid all the way from the foundation of belief through our skills to the peak of performance. We're at the end, but I'm not going to just summarize everything. Instead, I want to leave you with a challenge, a question for you to take with you. Because it all really comes down to this one question. The next time you need to get your point across, in a meeting, on a phone call, maybe even at the dinner table, ask yourself this. Are you just going to go through the motions and present a bunch of facts? Or are you going to bring your energy, your passion, and your skill and deliver a memorable performance that actually gets your way? The choice is all yours.